Hey there, welcome back for another update for MHC November 2017 Civil Engineer. So this is going to be update for episode 5 and 6, Reader's Digest version, because that's what everybody asked for. So let's get to it. Watch this group over here, see what they're up to this time. So, starting off, first I wanted to ask, did anybody see that creeper that walked across the window right there at the near the end of the last set of episodes? And I think he was the same creeper that was hanging out over here with a farmer earlier. He was just standing next to this farmer like they were chatting, and then later I saw him during the thunderstorm. I think it was thunderstorm, and he was walking across the window right here. So I didn't know if anybody else saw that. It's pretty funny. Alright, so we're going to start off with Dragon Feathers. Dragon Feathers, episode 5. She finished putting up walls and lighting up the rest of the village, had a baby zombie at her door, and did some cautious caving. And I didn't see in episode 6. I don't think I saw it recently either. I'll have to double check, but I don't believe so. Episode 5 for Dad Craft, Piggy, and Zloy XP. Dad Craft got the diamond. Zloy finished the statue of Piggy, made a full-size portal, left it at a clip hanger with Dad looking for flint. And in episode 6, they found the flint, went to the Nether, gathered glowstone, and went back to the overworld headquarters. After that, we have C. Scott Play. C. Scott put down some stone fencing, terraformed a little, repositioned the sunken house, went down to the lava pools, and made a nether portal. And in episode 6, C. Scott turned the newly raised house into a schoolhouse, went to the Nether, and gathered some glowstone. After that, we have Grandma's Gone Gaming. She did some farming, some terraforming, some deconstructing of the sunken house, had a visit from a baby zombie and a near-sighted skelly, and then put up more walls. Bless you. Lexi sneezed. And episode 6, Grandma's Gone Gaming did some minor repairs, renovations, released the villager from an earlier episode, finished the walls, and watched a skelly fight and scooped up their bones. After that, we have Wandering Nerd. Episode 5 for Wandering Nerd. Found a mob spawner. It was a zombie spawner, which was interesting because I believe Scody and Max found a skeleton spawner, but this time it looked like it was a zombie spawner. Under the village, grabbed some iron, found pumpkins, put out a house fire, cleaned up the pathways, worked on the museum entrance. In episode 6, Wandering Nerd decided to not use a wall or fencing, but he did put out lots of torches and filled in more open holes, large openings to caves and such. Renovated the tall house to a 2-story house. And for John Fowl, 92, episode 5, worked on Ravine House, a multi-level house, put out some guardrails as warning type, so he didn't have a railing that connected all the way across, but there were like little gaps here and there. And he said he mostly wanted it just to be a warning that, hey, slow down, and he didn't want a full-fledged fence. Made another dipping pathway to access the sunken house, which was a really good idea, and it turned out well. Episode 6 for John Fall, 92. He did some aesthetic improvements to the ravine, had a small malfunction with the lava fall, cleaned up the pathways, and starts a basement access to the small house that leads it to the ravine. And he finds a dungeon, which is the same one, and this time it was a skelly dungeon. After that, we have Granny's Got Game and Catherine. fencing. We put down fences, did some terraforming, and did some lighting around the village. Catherine almost found the Skelly dungeon. Yeah, she went down there where the water was, and she did not go far enough to see that it was a Skelly dungeon. I don't know if she's seen one of those before. So, yeah, so she comes back out again, and as I was watching the video, I'm like, oh man, she almost found it. And after that, we rescued the villager from the sunken house. And in episode 6, we installed some kitchens and decor in the houses, finished the fencing, fixed the trampled garden patches, and tidied up the grounds. And then for Honeysuckle, episode 5, she worked on the tall house and turned it into the 2-story house, updated the roofing on both big houses, installed new windows, ended the episode tracking down a baby zombie. In episode 6, Honeysuckle rebuilt the house for the villager that was in the sunken house. So I think she took down the sunken house and then moved it over, made him a much nicer house, moved some gardens, made a new well, went in search of diamonds, and found a bunch of diamonds. Good job, Honeysuckle. Episode 5 for Lorelei. Lorelei put up more wall, worked on pathways, dug out the guy in the sunken house, had a zombie invasion. In episode 6, Lorelei continued with walls, another zombie invasion, lots of excitement in episode 6, and cleaned up the yards. Episode 5, DJ Paul Jed. He continued with his wall, terraformed a little, covering over parts of the ravine. And in episode 6, he covered up more of the ravine, fixed the pathways, started building a new house, a good sized one too, went down and lit some ledges in the ravine. After that, we have Java Dad. Episode 5 for Java Dad. He repurposed the sunken house into an entrance to the ravine, collected ores, and put out more fences. In episode 6, he updated the rooftop of both large houses. And then we have Scotty Garbitas and Max Ryder. Episode 5 did tasks around town to beautify the grounds, created a major door room, can't wait to see how that works, and started a storefront under the tall house. Yeah, they've got these things they call magic door rooms, and so they were building, I think, 2 of them, and they're supposed to increase the villager population. So, episode 6 worked on the storefront, the pathways, made a park, updated the roof on the big house. And then after that, we have Dad Craft. Oh, now we're into episode 7, so I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll be right back, and we'll do episodes 7 and 8. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you momentarily. Bye.